Hey guys, so back when I first started getting into drones, well, UAV Futures, Stu, he was the guy that got me into it, and probably a lot of people, or at least a lot of people know who he is. But he had this series that he called Happy Flying, where he just kind of have some footage in the background, like freestyling or racing, and he just talk over it or have a piece of advice or a tip for the day, and he just kind of be talking a little bit about that while the footage was playing. That was I always enjoyed those videos. I don't know why, but it was just one of my favorite things about it, and I always kind of want to do that stuff whenever we get together for races. I kind of want to, I guess, document a little bit the racing process, or what it's like to be out at a race, especially when we get out with the rivals guys and all of them get together. And but I end up not making as many of those videos as I'd probably want to. One is I don't know, I'm not really, I like to record things that are happening, but I'm not really the all about the whole vlogging thing. And I know a lot of people do that, and they're a lot better in front of the camera than I am, but I still would at least like to record the stuff that's going on there. And we even have one guy that comes out with us, and in one of the rivals, and his name is ASIP, or his racing name is Sunda Chaos. And what's cool about him is while we're racing, he will be recording, or he'll make a little recording, and he'll edit it on his phone, I guess, and post it. And you'll sit there after your couple hours out, and you'll be in the middle of racing, and you check it, you're like, oh, let me hop on Facebook real quick or wwhatever, while I'm waiting on my heat to come up. And he's already got an edit up of you at the race, and it's pretty, like, I don't know, it's kind of meta, it's pretty surreal. But I don't know, when we get out, and we're racing, and it's a good time. It's like a pretty cool atmosphere. And anybody who doesn't get to race a lot, or maybe, somebody might have never been to a race, but I like to record, but I just never really do a whole bunch of that because, well, especially at a race, because there's kind of like, if I'm not doing well racing, and then like, well, I'm kind of thinking to myself, like, why am I recording? I'm out here, I can't even get any laps in, or I'm crashing, or I'm wrecking whatever. And then you're like, what's the point anyways? And then you're kind of like, do I even have my priorities straight? I'm out here trying to record and make a video or whatever, and I can't even get any racing done. But that's kind of a personal mindset thing I got to get over for me anyways. But so I don't really end up making as much of those types of videos as I'd like to. Plus, it's extra work anyways, and especially you're racing in the summertime, and you just kind of want to sit in front of the fan when you're not actually racing. But this past weekend was kind of one. It was kind of a particularly special or interesting, I guess. We had a team race with Quad Racing Rivals, and Evan came out. He's our 533 captain, or I guess me and a couple other guys, Jonathan, and then Brandon just got in. But so there's a few of us that we're not on the there's kind of 4 sponsored teams for the Rivals. There's RunCam, Southeast FPV, Tattoo, and Pyrodrone. So I kind of just, maybe a few months ago, 5 or 6 months ago, came into, or joined in officially with the Rivals group. And so I'm kind of in a group, it's called the Pool Pilots. And a while back, Evan had stated that he kind of wanted to come out and race with the Rivals sometimes as well. And so they kind of made an arrangement where Evan would be the team captain of the Pool Pilots. Or so if it's like baseball, we're like double A, or we're in the bullpen, and if somebody wants to call us up, they can call us up. But Evan's our kind of unofficial captain, or well, he's our captain. All right, I know that was kind of a abrupt cutoff, but I figured instead of just keep watching me rambling, we could watch, kind of start a little virtual tour here of what it was like out of the race a little bit. Don't have too much video, maybe about 5 minutes or so, but there's Wade. Wade was happy about he done got his grill fixed. But so we got out the Jim's house. This is up in Kings Mountain. So this is Jim Snodgrass' house. And we got out early Saturday morning, getting all our stuff set up. And, as you can see, so this is Jonathan's table, and chargers, quads, and, fans and all of this and that. That's my table that we're passing right there. All right, so we'll go up here up on the deck. I think, so Luke and I think the team tattoo were kind of set up here, Tony and everybody. What you'll see right now, so like I said, we had 4 teams, or actually a total of 5 teams out, and they're racing. This is actually in the middle of a heat here. Here we got Fatty on the far right, then Sunda Chaos, that's Greg in the middle, team tattoo captain. There's Maddie Light, and there's Damius on the left. That's for they're racing for team Southeast FPV, and then on the right or the other side is team tattoo. So at any given time, there's 2 drones in the air. All right, so Greg, he just came back, he got one of his drones down. You can see on the left and right hand side, those are split between the 2 teams. And so we got Tattoo on the left and Southeast on the right. Their drones are all plugged up right now, so everything's ready to go. But with all the quads are set up with pit switches, so that you can control on your radio if your video transmitter is transmitting, because obviously if you got 3 quads plugged up on the same channel, your videos can be crossing, and you're not gonna be able to see your quad, because both teams or everybody on the same team is sharing one channel. All right, so the person on the team that's racing, they have their video transmitter working so they can see, but then the other 2 guys who are plugged up, they've got their video transmitter switched off, so it's not interfering with the person that's racing. So there's Luke, he's gonna come set his drone down. Like Damius there on the kind of the center of the screen, he's racing for his team. So right now Damius is racing, and here you can see Luke, he's getting his quad ready for whenever he needs to take back off. You just saw somebody take off for team tattoo. So it's definitely good not to be up in there while people are racing. But how about this setup though? Look at these. I mean, look at Jim, he's got a shade up here for us. We got these chairs. You saw the fans, so fans blowing on you while you're racing. You got the little pit table there to the right. Up here you can walk back in Jim's secret hideout or command center, and he's got the DVR TV here, so you can see the 2 teams. We've got Southeast going. Who we have for Damius is racing for Southeast right now. Not sure who's racing for Tattoo, but you've got 1 pilot per team that are racing right now. And here's Jim setup, and you can kind of check on this screen here. You can see on the left how much time has elapsed and how much time is left in the heat. With this team race, we're running, it's not first to 3 laps or anything like that. It's kind of a marathon type situation where the heats last for 20 minutes. And so that's what that timer is for. And it's which team can get the most laps recorded in 20 minutes. All right, so come back out here. They're still racing. Looks like Damius is still in the air. Obviously, Luke ain't flying because he's got his goggles up. So I guess Damius is racing here. And, so Luke and Damius on the right, and then on the left, we've got Greg and the rest of Team Tattoo there, sitting close to each other. And everybody's got the goggles down. They're not all flying, though. They're all watching their teammate fly. I'm not sure who's exactly flying right now, but they're sitting next to each other so they can communicate and watch what's going on. This was just a brief rain break we had to take, but these guys, man, I can't believe how long, it started raining in the middle of one of the heats, and they kept trying to go, and I couldn't believe how long they kept racing in the rain without their quads frying. But whatever, at some point we had to stop and bring everything in and shut it down and lower the tents and cover our stuff. But I think it rained for maybe, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, and then we got our heat started back up. But we'll switch to some DVR here and talk a little bit more about how the process went. I just want to show you a little bit first, a lap. This is me racing a lap with this camera. This is the CADX Turbo. I race all these on all my drones. They're like the $20 racing cam, and so that's what I put in there. But for some reason, this camera was, I don't know, maybe I guess I need to replace it. But as soon as I took off, Evan says, "What kind of camera is that?" And I said, "A bad one." And I was like, "Oh Lord, don't let this thing ruin my whole lap." But camera not good at all. But so here we'll watch. This is Jonathan, Original Dragon, one of our teammates here. So this is his DVR we're looking at right now, obviously, and you can see up at the top where it says 60% throttle. The way Jim the way these teams are set up is that essentially the quote-unquote best person or the team captain, right? So the team captain for each team had to turn their throttle down to the lowest, or well, not the lowest setting, but they had to scale back their throttle to 50%. So your team captain is more or less usually going to be one of the faster guys on your team, you know, if not the fastest person and the best racer on your team. So they are the most severely handicapped with the throttle cut. So all the team captains race on 50% throttle, and then maybe your next best person would kind of go up to a little bit higher throttle cut, to 55% throttle, and then the next person would race at 60% throttle, and then 65, and then on to 70. I don't think anybody raced any faster with 70% throttle. So right now you can see Dragon, he only has access to 60% of his drone's power right now. And yeah, so we're watching him go through his laps, and yeah, Jonathan, I didn't put this DVR in here to show you having some hiccups or anything on purpose, but Jonathan was, like, when he was first started, I feel like he was trying to get like some real fast laps, and then we were talking out by the tent and kind of got, or started thinking and saying, hey, well, if we're out here if the heats are 20 minutes long, kind of the main drive here, the main focus is just staying in the air, and the faster lap you get, obviously that you're going to get more laps in because you're going faster, but that's kind of a double-edged sword, because if you're trying to get or if you're trying to go as fast as possible, that means you might be more prone to wreck or clip a gate or something, and then that's going to be that'll translate into extra time, and so you'll kind of be it won't be what you're looking for. You'll end up getting less laps in that same amount of time. And guys, I'm kind of rambling right now. Let me think. So like I stated earlier, there's 20 minutes. So like right now we're racing, I don't know how much time is left. Every time he crossed the start finish, it'll kind of tell you how much time you have left. But here, Jonathan, when his battery was done, he comes into land, and the whole time, the whole time that somebody's flying, the other guys on the team, we're watching in the goggles, we're watching them race. So, and we have our drones ready to go. So you saw, as soon as Jonathan landed, well, I didn't really go after Jonathan. It was Evan, me, and then Jonathan was our original order, but I'm saving Evan's DVR for the last to show you just how much faster that is in comparison to us. But as soon as somebody would as soon as somebody would come into land, they would turn their video off because they have it set up on the pit switch, and then the other person, or the next person in line, they would turn their video on, and then they're literally off to the races. But so here, these are a few of my laps. I'm set on 55% throttle cut, so I only have access to 55% of my drone's power. And truthfully, you might be thinking like, wow, it must have been super slow. But even for me, I wasn't even using all of the 55% that I had, because I came out with the expectation. I was like, look, I just gotta stay in the air, because if the goal is to complete as many laps as possible as a team in this 20 minutes, I just want to make sure that I am getting laps completed and not just, going out, wrecking, crashing, and then not being able to finish that lap. And so my mindset was not on getting the fastest lap. I just wanted to find a comfortable pace, one where I wasn't, always kind of trying to twitch and fix the correction. I just wanted to find a nice, comfortable pace, so that I could, finish or just get laps completed steadily. And when you're racing with Evan, so like, as Evan as our captain, it's kind of interesting. It's like a high pressure, low pressure situation, and it's low pressure because he would start us off every lap, and he's just blazing. He'd get like 6 laps in, and a little over a minute or just whatever it is. And so by the time he's finished with one pack, you're already up probably 1 or 2 laps on the other team that you're racing against. And so it was really low pressure and comfortable for us, because we knew he could do this. So this is Evan. He would start us off like this every heat, and you can see so what you're watching is not only is it light years faster than what you just saw from Jonathan and I, but it's also slower. So he had the slowest of all three of our quads. He's only has access to 50% or half of his quad's power. But as you can see, he's doing plenty of work with it, and I'm pretty sure he was probably full throttle the whole time. But so yeah, in a way, it was a low pressure situation, because when you have your captain or your teammate coming out and setting the tone like this every heat, you know, you're like, oh, okay, I just gotta chill and put laps in. But then on the other hand, it's kind of high pressure, because you don't want to be the one to ruin it. You know, Evan's not the biggest guy, but he kind of cast a long shadow as far as at least his racing reputation. Not like he's out there cracking the whip or anything. I mean, he's you know, always team oriented, and he's always positive and motivating, and you know, he's always got a good message for you. Like, it don't matter what you do, you could, if you just go through a gate, he's like, great job, you know, you nailed that gate, or you know, whatever. It's like he's really focused on building his team up, and so that's really helpful too. But on the other hand, you don't want to let him down, so it's kind of so like I said, it's low pressure, high pressure, but at the end of the day, it was just a really good time. And I think that was the, you know, the finals DVR, the final race, the 30 laps between our team and Team Tattoo. And you know, like I said, for Jonathan and I, it was pretty much a cakewalk, and all we had to do was just get some good consistent laps in, and you know, we did that, and you know, we just let Evan do his thing, and then so we had that nice little team win. And you know, for somebody like me who isn't really celebrating victories every race or other race or anything like that, it's pretty cool to kind of be in that spot anyway. So I hope that was interesting, or somewhat interesting, of showing you what a team race might look like. Probably, like I said, or if I didn't say, Jim put a video, like the way you set up drones so that you can race with teams. It's can be complicated, I guess, but Jim Snodgrass has a really great detailed video to show you how to do it, and that's what I use to set mine up. You know, pretty user friendly and pretty easy to understand. And so I'll put a link to that video in this description, just in case you want to see, like, if you're not sure exactly what I was talking about, having, you know, multiple drones racing together at one time, and you're like, huh? You can go check that video out to see exactly how things are set up in Betaflight and all that stuff. But yeah, hope that was enjoyable somewhat for you. We had a really good time. Just always great to be out racing with the Rivals, and well, just racing period. But yeah, thanks. Y'all take care.